BJ from Board Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Jambalaya, and we're talking spicy games that he's got. Lots of games that are either already out or coming out. Maybe games that you can check out for yourself at PAX Unplugged. And one of those is a game I know nothing about. So Jambalaya, you're gonna have to tell me about this. Flip over frog. What are we talking about here?
Come on, man.
I only know it because of you posted about it.
Flip over frog. Okay, I love Flip over frog. So basically what you're doing in this game, and this is a very simple game. As a matter of fact, I would say this is like one of those great 2-player games that you can play that will kill a good 15, 20 minutes of your time. It's super easy to play. I really highly recommend this if you're going like for a travel game for couples, but it can play up to 4. So what you're doing is you got this board, and you're going to get different colors. There's 4 colors in the game. It'll tell you what your colors are. Sorry. And you're going to leave that to yourself. You can't, nobody needs to know. What you're doing is you're laying, and you're just basically taking tiles. You'll have a hand of tiles to start out with, and you're laying a tile on there, right? So you lay a tile on there, and you notice it has arrows right there. So wherever you lay the tile, it's going to flip over the ones that are next to it. So let's say I had this right here, and I place this down like this. So I place it down, that flips over this one like that. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're doing this hidden kind of game of flipping things over. Now, if this is flipped over like this, I can put something on top of it. So now I have 2 of mine. Let's say that's 2 of mine right there. Okay. Now, if someone comes back and they go like this, now it flips over the one in the middle. So like you can play this flipping game the whole time. You know, like you can keep playing this back and forth thing. If you play the snake, which of course it always has to be a mitigation, right?
Sure.
The snake comes and it eats off this guy completely. All right. That's it.
That's the whole game.
So the whole game really is this game of triggering off combos. I mean, you could see it. Like if you had 3 or 4 of these things and you have all diagonals, you could flip over everything to the left, right, and everywhere, towards the end of the game. And you don't know who's what. Because that's part of the deception, though, is to keep in the deception of who you are. Because whoever has the most on there at the end of the game wins, right? So it's got a really weird kind of quirk to it. Of course, very easy. I had I believe the Japanese version of this game.
What's the age for this game? You think?
Oh, this you can learn. An 8-year-old can learn this game and be and be really good at it after getting their butt kicked maybe once or twice.
And who's the publisher?
This is Hub Games. Hub Games has some really cool games right now that I'm really excited about. You didn't put Megacity Oceania on there. That one's a cool game. Oh my goodness. Did I put that on there?
Yeah, we can talk about that. I don't have a picture, but we could talk about it right now if you want.
Oh my God. Hey, yeah, go on BGG real quick. I want to talk about this game.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do it right now.
Megacity Oceania. Now, this game nobody's talked about. Okay, this is, I believe, a Jordan Draper game, right? I think it is, because this is like his style of game. Jordan Draper and Michael Fox. Okay, so Megacity Oceania is a weird kind of twist on. Wow,
I can't even find it, man.
Yeah,
sure, it's out there.
Megacity, just put Megacity together. Megacity Oceania.
Oh, maybe together. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, you're trying to fulfill these cards which are different height buildings. Now, there's a city in the middle of the table, like in the middle of your big table. And what you're doing is drafting tiles you're taking tiles from a bag, or you're grabbing orders. And the tiles are different shapes. When I say bag, I mean a bag. All right, of these different things here. And you are putting them on top of tiles. Now, when you draft these tiles, they're going to be different shapes and sizes. Okay, so they're going to be laying out, and you're going to have these platforms that you need to put them on. You're drafting these too. Okay, so as you draft these tiles, they're going to go on top of the platforms, and you have to hit a certain height requirement for fulfilling these cards. Okay. Now, the cool part about this is when you get these things stacked up and you fulfill the cards, because usually in games like this is very just dexterity. But this is actually like missions. You're fulfilling these mission cards right here for different companies and different heights and different requirements for them. What you have to do once you get to the certain height or certain whatever it says, you have to push it into the middle in the city. So now that you've got it all set up right, you have to push it on the table all the way to the middle of the city and combine it with the city. And that actually gives you points for like adjacency, for enclosing a circle, putting little pieces that add up to be a park for points at the end of the game and during the game. It's such a sweet game. And I know nobody's talking about it. It kind of got glanced over. Hub Game is the one that made the Trouble Life of Billy Kerr.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They've done Rory's. What is that? Rory's Story Cubes. All these other things, but they are really good at imagination. And this is their 2 games that came out this year. And I'm over the moon about both. I think
I'm looking on BGG. It's Jordan Draper, and I love Jordan Draper's little auction game to Turin Market.
Yeah,
I carry it around with me everywhere. And then Michael Fox, who I think is that podcaster, if I remember right, who does the metal meeple, something like that. I can't remember.
Okay.
If I remember, that's him. So that's an interesting pedigree there. 2 to 4 players, takes about an hour. Is that right?
Yeah, it takes about an hour. I think your first game is going to take longer than expected because you're going to be thinking about this quite a bit. That's the thing about Jordan Draper. He makes games that are very easy to learn.
It's true.
And they're very handsy, but like they just have such a twist to them. You're like, oh, I'm supposed to do that? Okay, cool. Like at first I'm just like, okay, you're getting these pieces out. You're trying to make these formations. Okay, cool. It's a whole bunch of junky pieces and stuff like that. Then you start playing. You're like, well, you really got to think this out because the order you complete these in, you kind of don't want to trigger the end of the game at certain points. You get bonuses for having the highest. You get bonuses for having the most in this area, and like fulfilling a certain amount of mission cards, all kinds of stuff. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So it says it was a re-implementation of Tokyo Jutaku.
Yeah, and I have not played that.
Okay,
I have not played that.
So that's Megacity Oceania from Hub Games, designed by Jordan Draper and Michael Fox, and it gets a thumbs up from you, Jambalaya?
Definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I think this is definitely one you want to play first. If you're at a convention, I would definitely seek them out and try it out. Flip Over Frog is going to probably be right there. Of course, I think this is an easier buy. It's probably about $15, but and that one's going to be a lot more expensive because it has a ton of components in it. So, yeah, just make sure you check that one out. And like I said, I would definitely suggest you play it first.